My sister said she wasn't built to be a mom and dumped her 5 kids on my doorstep. This happened 3 months ago. I'm 34, single, live in a cramped studio apartment in downtown Portland with barely enough room for my desk and bed. It was 2 a.m. on a Tuesday when my doorbell started ringing nonstop. I stumbled to the door in my boxers, expecting maybe a drunk neighbor or emergency. Instead, I found my sister Jessica standing there with her 5 kids aged 6 to 14, all in pajamas, half asleep and clutching stuffed animals and backpacks. "Hey bro," she said casually, like this was totally normal. "So I'm moving to Miami with Dave tomorrow. Kids cramp my style, you know? You're good with all that responsibility stuff." I stared at her, trying to process what was happening. "Jess, what are you talking about? Where's Tom?" Tom was her latest baby daddy. "Oh, he split months ago. Look, I already packed their stuff. They're good kids. They won't be any trouble." Before I could even respond, she was shoving past me, hurting the kids inside. The youngest, little Sophie, was crying. "Jessica, you can't just..." "I can, and I am. Dave's picking me up in an hour. This is my chance at happiness, Tyler. Don't be selfish." And just like that, she was gone. Left in a red Mustang with some guy I'd never met, leaving me standing in my studio apartment with 5 confused, scared kids. That first night was absolute chaos. I gave them my bed, slept on the floor, ordered pizza at 3 a.m. because they were hungry. Maya, the 14-year-old, told me they'd been living off cereal and ramen for weeks because mom was too busy with Dave. The next morning, I called in sick to work and took them shopping. Bought bunk beds on my credit card, enrolled them in the local school, learned to cook actual meals for 6 people overnight. My bank account was hemorrhaging money, but these kids needed basics. The kids started thriving immediately. Proper meals, clean clothes, someone who actually cared about their homework. I had to move to a proper 2-bedroom apartment, maxed out my credit cards, but seeing these kids laugh and play for the first time made every sacrifice worth it. Maya told me she couldn't remember the last time she felt safe. That's when Maya dropped the bombshell. She showed me her mom's wallet that she'd left behind. Inside were multiple EBT cards, child support debit cards, and welfare documents, all under different last names. "Mom gets money for all of us," Maya explained. "Like, a lot of money. She always said we were her little paychecks. She made us lie to social workers about who our dads were." I did some digging. Turns out Jessica had been collecting welfare and child support from multiple fathers this whole time. Over $4,000 a month she'd been pocketing while letting these kids practically starve. She'd been running this scam across 3 different states. I called social services and reported everything. They investigated and found evidence of fraud going back years. Fake addresses, lying about income, even claiming kids who weren't hers. The caseworker said it was one of the worst cases she'd seen. Last week, Jessica got arrested in Miami. Apparently, Dave dumped her when the money stopped coming, and she'd been living in her car trying to scam other guys on dating apps. She called me from jail, sobbing hysterically.
"Tyler, please, I made a mistake. I want my babies back. You have to drop the charges. I'll be a better mom, I swear."
I looked across my apartment at Maya helping Sophie with reading, the twins building Legos, Johnny showing me his art project. "They're not your babies anymore, Jess," I said calmly. "They're mine now." "You can't do this. I'm their mother. I gave birth to them." "No," I replied, watching Sophie run up to hug my legs. "You were their mother. I'm their father." She started screaming obscenities, threatening to sue me, saying I'd stolen her kids and her money. I hung up and blocked her number. She's facing 5 years for welfare fraud and child abandonment. The kids testified they didn't want her back, so the state cut her rights. Next week, I'm officially adopting all 5.